Hey, I'm Anton with Tax Law Offices, and we have Sarah here.
Hi.
All right, Sarah's got a question. What do you have for us, Sarah?
Okay, so this is a question from one of our potential clients. She wrote in and she says, my husband and I are getting a divorce, but my husband owes taxes that I should not have to pay. What's the best way to avoid having to pay his taxes?
Okay, that's a big question. Let's cover it. All right, again, I'm Anton with Tax Law Offices, and this is our channel, Real Talk. Okay, before we get into the topic of that, it's actually a really common question about divorce and taxes. But before we get into that, hey, we'd love to have you as a subscriber on our channel here. And so please hit the subscribe button, and we hope you like the video. Hit the like button. We want to see you come back again and again. And lots of great content here on our channel. Come back. All right, let's get started. All right, I want to start off by saying this. Divorce is almost never easy. You know, there's disappointment, sometimes there's hurt, sometimes there's anger, all sorts of other emotions. And where this question deals specifically with taxes, I should just say, for any of you out there, even for divorce attorneys who would agree with me, one of the best things that you can do, especially when there's money involved, finance, tax liability, one of the best things that you can do is approach a divorce with civility. Try to get along and try to be able to talk through some things, because that's going to give you an immeasurable benefit in the overall process. Okay, now on to the tax part. When we talk about divorce and tax liability, tax debt, I'm going to tell you, hands down, if one spouse is responsible for the tax, the single best way to avoid having to pay is to just ask that spouse to pay it and let them do it. Now, that doesn't always happen. In fact, it almost does not happen in a divorce. But pound for pound, that's going to be the single best way. Let's talk about the more common way and the better way to approach this. Again, I'm talking to anyone going through this situation, but also talking to divorce attorneys, again, who I know will agree with me. Okay, a lot of you have already heard of innocent spouse relief. We did a video earlier. I'm going to put a link to that video up on the screen here. Innocent spouse relief. Take a look at that video if you've never heard of it. It'll give you a nice little background. Okay, but let's go into it in the situation where we're now really looking at the divorce. All right, when people seek innocent spouse relief, that's usually because they filed a joint return or a joint return was filed. One of the spouses has some income that the other didn't know about, or ends up with tax liability that the other didn't expect. Maybe it was you were audited later, and the one spouse had no idea this was happening, or that you filed a tax return together and one spouse says, "Don't worry, I know that's my tax, I'm going to pay it," and never did. Or there's some very unfair situation where one spouse just should not be liable. For example, a joint tax return was filed and the one spouse didn't know about it. Sarah, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Whatever I want to be doing.
Wow. All right, now in filing for innocent spouse relief, it's actually a very detailed application, a series of documents, and very careful, very well thought out and articulated legal argument. It's really important here because the argument tends to be very technical, and it also requires a certain amount of competent, clear legal writing. And frankly, most people just can't do it. And for that matter, even your divorce attorney is just not equipped to do that because you're writing technical tax argument. Something to keep in mind. But now, after that application, after that legal argument is all developed, all of that will get filed with the IRS. And your tax attorney that helps you with that is going to present a single or maybe multiple argument, but that argument is going to be clear and it will be technical. Now, when we talk about the best way to handle that, one thing that I would absolutely recommend family law and divorce attorneys, get on board with this. I would recommend that before you go find a divorce attorney, seek out an attorney to develop and present to the IRS that innocent spouse relief application and that entire presentation. Now, the reason why I say that's the best time to do and the best way to do is because your family law attorney would love to have those same arguments. And that's a great way for you to get kind of two swings at the ball. If you're going to file it with the IRS, no matter what IRS says, or even your state government, another swing at the ball is for your family law attorney to also be able to make that same well-drafted legal argument in your divorce case when you deal with asset separation. Two swings at the ball. IRS gets to look at it, and also the family law judge gets to look at it. Okay? Best way to protect you. You've got IRS, double protection when you've got the divorce attorney also looking at this. All right, folks, thanks for joining me on this video. And
I brought you cookies.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
There's no bad time for cookies. So
Can we just?
I can have yours? You're welcome.
Thank you. Folks, hey, I'm Anton, this is Tax Law Offices. This subject about divorce and taxes, it's one of the areas that we handle in our law firm. We're kind of a specialist law firm, deal with very particular tax issues. Maybe this is something that you're dealing with. Hey, you know what? If you need this kind of help, whether you hire us or someone like us, make sure it's someone who you feel like you can trust and a firm that's got really good reputation. All right? Our phone number will be at the end of this video, and always stopirsproblem.com is where you'll find us. Okay? Remember, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Hope to see you again. Thank you, Sarah. All right. Take care, everybody.